Increasing New Mexico's child poverty rates. Esteemed members of the City Council, in 2017, New Mexico ranked first in the nation for most children under the age of 5 living in poverty. The purpose of this presentation is to examine the causes of this epidemic and assess what steps have been taken by New Mexico to drop this rate. Today, New Mexico is still one of the most child-impoverished states in the nation, but we have taken steps to improve. A study conducted this year shows a 7% decline in our state's poverty rate among young children. The issue at hand is the children's state of living. I propose that to help poverty among all age groups, we will have to start with the kids. There are a lot of factors that seem to contribute to our state's poverty levels. Two of the biggest causes are a lack of education and capital. A 2013 study showed New Mexico having the lowest average income in the country. Jobs and living wages are scarce in New Mexico because our economy is slow. Only 26.5% of New Mexicans have a high school diploma. In order to effectively participate in any economy, an education is key. Less and less jobs are hiring applicants without sufficient education. It is in our state's best interest to find a long-term solution. First, we have to put more funding into education. Just a 1% increase in funding from the Land Grant Permanent Fund would free up $136 million to go towards education. Rural and urban cities will be able to hire more teachers and enroll more students. The kids who are able to go to school will benefit from an education, and their parents will be able to go find and work jobs while their children are at school. As you can see, our state's funds have continually increased over the past 9 years. It only makes sense that we dedicate more for education. Just this small increase in public school funding could change the lives of many children who do not have the privilege of attending school. A $136 million bump in funding sounds like a lot, but it is only a fraction of the money available. Like I have previously stated, it's only 1%. Second, we need bigger tax cuts through New Mexico's Working Family Tax Credit. As of now, New Mexico's Working Family Tax Credit is worth 10% of the federal earned income tax credit. This has been an amazing aid for many families. As you can see, the tax credit helps families through temporary trouble. 60% of the claimants receiving the credits for just 1 or 2 years. Raising it to 15 would make it even more effective. Increasing tax breaks for working families will cost us state tax dollars. There's no getting around that. But this is a temporary action. It allows families to use their own tax credits to better their own situation. Budget. The first action, in 2017, the Land Grant Permanent Fund provided $638 million. A 1% increase would cost $136 million more. But I ask you, can we put a price on the education of our state's youth? Second, families receive about $50 million from the Working Families Tax Credit each year. This is 10% of the EITC. Bumping it to 15 would cost the state about $25 million more in tax dollars. Just last year, our state ranked last in terms of child poverty. A child raised in poverty will only know to grow into it. Steps have been taken, but they could be taken further. My solution is a temporary cost with a huge payoff. Let's get our citizens financially stable.